Have you ever met a man who walks into a room and instantly commands respect without saying a word? It's not his looks, not his money, not the brand of watch on his wrist. Real attraction is invisible. It lives in his posture, his calm, his purpose, and most of all, in his control over himself. According to Stoic philosophy, a truly attractive man doesn't need to chase attention because he's too grounded in who he is. And that's exactly what we're exploring today. In this video, I'll show you 9 powerful Stoic habits that will help you become more attractive, not by trying harder, but by becoming stronger, quieter, and more certain of yourself. Let's dive in. Habit 1. Don't make anyone the center of your life. Here's a truth most men learn the hard way. The moment you place someone, especially a woman, at the center of your universe, you lose gravity. A Stoic man doesn't orbit around people. He orbits purpose, direction, vision. Because when your entire focus shifts to pleasing someone else, you begin to drift from yourself. And ironically, the more you chase, the faster they run. Women don't fall for men who abandon themselves for love. They're drawn to the ones who know exactly where they're going and refuse to detour, no matter who walks into their life. Your strength doesn't come from who you impress. It comes from staying rooted in who you are. So ask yourself, are you walking your own path or waiting for someone else to give you one? Habit 2. Master your energy. Don't scatter it. Your energy is your most valuable currency, and weak men spend it like loose change. They overthink, overtext, overreact, pouring their focus into empty conversations, chasing attention that means nothing. But a Stoic man? He guards his emotional energy like a warrior protects his sword. He doesn't invest in what doesn't build him. He doesn't react to every comment, notification, or temporary emotion. He chooses where his energy flows, toward purpose, progress, peace. Because when you learn to master your emotional current, you stop being pulled by every wave. You become still. And stillness isn't silence, it's power. So ask yourself, are you spending your energy or directing? Habit 3. Embrace silence as a form of strength. There's something powerful, almost magnetic, about a man who's not afraid of silence. In a world where everyone scrambles to fill the air with noise, jokes, and endless commentary, true confidence speaks loudest in stillness. Have you ever noticed how some men become visibly uncomfortable when the room goes quiet? They fidget, over-explain, or laugh nervously just to break the tension. But here's the truth. Silence doesn't expose weakness. How you handle it does. A grounded man doesn't rush to speak. He doesn't need to prove his worth with every word. His presence alone does the talking. He knows that silence invites curiosity, commands respect, and reveals clarity. So ask yourself, can you sit in silence and still feel whole? That's not just a habit. That's strength. Habit 4. Respond with intention, not emotion. Weak men react, strong men respond. There's a big difference. One is impulsive, the other is intentional. When life throws you a curveball, maybe someone cuts you off in traffic, challenges your opinion, or ignores your message. How do you handle it? Do you lash out, shut down, or do you pause, breathe, and choose your response? A Stoic man doesn't let the world dictate his mood. He knows that external events don't control him. His inner world does. He doesn't get pulled into chaos. He stands centered in it. Anyone can react. But to respond with purpose, with control, with clarity, that's rare. That's strength. It's the kind of presence that makes people feel safe around you, and the kind that women can't help but respect. Habit 5. Focus on your mission, not the woman. A man without purpose chases people. A man with purpose draws them in. If your attention is scattered, if you're constantly adjusting your path just to gain her attention, you've already lost your center. Real attraction doesn't happen when you pursue, it happens when you build. Build a life that excites you, build a purpose that anchors you, build a direction so clear, nothing and no one can pull you off course. When you live with mission, everything changes. Your tone, your choices, your energy. People can sense when you're not chasing approval, but chasing something bigger than yourself. That kind of focus, it's magnetic. So ask yourself, are you seeking attention or living with intention. Because the man on a mission doesn't need to impress anyone. He becomes the kind of man who naturally impresses. Habit 6. Time is an asset, not a gift. Your time is not a giveaway, it's an investment. And high-value men don't invest carelessly. A Stoic man doesn't rush to reply, doesn't drop everything just to be available. Not because he's playing games, but because he has a life worth living. His time is structured, his mind is focused. He's not avoiding people, he's building something bigger than approval. When you're always available, you're signaling that your time holds no weight. But when you're selective, when people need to earn access to your space, your presence becomes more valuable. Remember, what's easily available is easily forgotten. But what's rare, that's what people chase. So don't be accessible, be intentional. Let your life speak for itself, and let others rise to meet your standard. Habit 7. Commanding body language. Before you speak a single word, your body already said everything. Posture, eye contact, the pace of your walk. These subtle cues shout louder than your voice ever could. A Stoic man doesn't fidget. He doesn't shrink. He moves with calm precision. He walks slowly, like he owns time. He stands tall, not to appear intimidating, but because he refuses to shrink for anyone. When you hold yourself with quiet authority, people feel it. You don't need to dominate a room with noise. You do it with presence. Because real strength doesn't scream, it radiates. And when you master your body language, the world listens before you speak. Habit 8. No complaining, no excuses. Weak men complain, strong men adapt. The Stoic doesn't waste time blaming the world, their past, or anyone else. Life throws punches at everyone, but how you respond is what defines you. Instead of saying, "Why me?" the Stoic asks, "What now?" He understands that complaining doesn't change anything. Action does. When others are busy listing reasons why they can't, he's already moving forward, quietly, consistently, with discipline. Because true strength isn't found in words, it's found in the will to take responsibility and make progress, even in silence. Habit 9. Keep your word and let action speak. In a world full of empty promises and talkers, the man who simply does what he says becomes rare and magnetic. Stoics don't overpromise. They don't speak just to impress. They speak with intention and follow through with discipline. That quiet consistency builds trust, deep, undeniable trust. Because attraction isn't just built on charm, it's built on credibility. When your words align with your actions, you don't need to convince anyone of your value. They feel it, they see it, and they remember you, not for what you said, but for what you proved. Conclusion. Self-mastery is the ultimate strength. Looks might catch her eye, words might hold her attention, but what truly earns her respect is how you lead yourself when no one's watching. A weak man constantly seeks approval. He bends, molds, and chases in hopes of being liked. But a strong man? He doesn't ask, "How do I make her like me?" He asks, "How do I become the man I was meant to be?" Because when you're rooted in truth, when your energy comes from a clear purpose, not from needing validation, something powerful happens. You stop chasing attention and it starts coming to you. Master yourself and the world, yes, even she will feel your presence without you needing to prove anything. That's real strength. Which one of these 9 habits do you already live by? If this inspired you, don't forget to subscribe for more Stoic wisdom every week.